Thank you, Infinite Intelligence. Thank you, love. Thank you, love existence. Today's life is only possible because love is the only power that can exist. To be frank and sincere, I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. Today is my new foundation, my new history, without having that gym access. Why do I always keep repeating this thing? Because I'm trying to emphasize that there is no limitation to what the mind can achieve. Why? Because the mind is that bridge between spirits, assuming that physical is not an expression of spirit, because some people would argue that they are not spirit, like it makes any sense, right? So today I'm asked to use Bajaj explanation, and because Bajaj has a unique way of talking, I cannot fast forward his speech. He's the only one that has, explained things that you can't fast forward it. And I don't know how to explain why. It's it's like he's already fast forward on his own. So
To free yourself to be more whole, the specific piece of music is the first 3 minutes of Beethoven's Symphony number 7. Free yourself, number 7. Move number 7. What will tap into the idea of letting go of the past, letting go of sorrow, letting go of grief, letting go of regrets, and forgiving yourself and moving toward the vibration that will attract to you whatever information is germane to allow you to be in the healthy state that is your birthright. By rate.
now, before I go further, the healthy state that is your birthright, that makes the need for you to let go of every negativity within you, is love. Love is that healthy state. It is the Holy Spirit. It is the only Holy Spirit that can exist. Love is the only Holy Spirit that can exist. It is your birthright because it is breath flowing through you. And love is the highest. There is nothing above it. You can never vibrate above love because it is the highest vibrating body. Why is it the highest vibrating body? Because it is the highest level of feeling good genuinely. You cannot perform it. And because it is your birthright, if you are not working, if you are not love, if you are not that highest level, you would fall sick, you would age, you would die. It is the law of energy. You cannot be love and die. It is what you are thinking of when you are looking for immortality. But you have to be genuinely love, embodying it. You can't be pretending to be love and be immortal. You're only lying to yourself. That is why principalities or powers that were once mortal, right, are not in that state anymore. And they think they are immortal, doing something wise. But they cannot consider anything that is love because love must feel good to experience it. For you to experience infinite intelligence, your feeling good has to be genuine. It has to be true. That is why Tesla was someone that never did anything violent because he knows that he cannot deceive what we exist within. It is not religion. It has nothing to do with any religious beliefs that was taught to you growing up. This is nothing religion. What I've ever said my entire life has nothing to do with religion. It is about what we exist within, what gives us light, what is breathing through us. And it is because of this that I cannot be quiet with the understanding I was born with. because it is our birthright to be blissful, to be abundant, because abundance is love. Love used itself to birth all that can exist. And if you are love, then abundance is you. So the lack is lies of love that has been programmed into our system by ourselves, thinking it makes sense because of wanting to control. Control is stupidity, is fear, is fear of the unknown. That is what control is. You don't control God because God is free will. And so when you think you want to control God, you are lying to yourself. And the thing is, anyone that can ever hear my voice in their entire existence, they are doomed to grow in love, because love is on the mission to grow infinitely. You cannot stop the love within you, just like you do not dictate to your breath to stop. You can't kill yourself. That's just the crazy thing. You can't stop your breath from breathing. You can try and hold your breath, but you can't stop it. It keeps pulsating. It's not you that made it. That is why you cannot keep it. You can't do anything to sustain it. You can't make it possible. That is why even the richest person cannot buy life. Because if it could be so, if it was so, if it were so that life is something that money can buy, everybody that is rich would be alive right now. In short, you would see Jones Rockefeller still alive till today. But you don't use money to buy bread, because it is not about filthy material things. A life, that energy that makes a life, can never be less. It has to be perfect for it to be true. And you cannot work against it. If not, you fall sick. This is. You put the soul at a dis-ease, and it doesn't want to exist anymore, and so it dies. So you cannot say you are love genuinely and you are falling sick. You are lying to yourself, and you're not doing me any pain but yourself, because the soul that wants to feel good is what you are resisting from feeling good. That is why envy and jealousy is stupidity. It doesn't even make sense. It sounds like insult, like rubbish, not even insult. Insult is still something that I don't even know how to put where it's landing, but it doesn't make any sense to love. You have never been alive. That is why you cannot die, because your spirit existing within spirit. What is called principalities and powers are just aware of the fact that there is no death. But you see, you are either infinitely increasing or infinitely needing to be filled with love. That's all I can call it. Because love fills every corner, every hole, everything. Because there's no space or place that love does not exist. Even when it appears to be expressing lack of love. It is love trying to say that what is the value of love expressed? That is all I see. I see love trying to say what is the value of love expressed. If you refer to me as female, you're not insulting me. You are not making me feel less. You are not bringing me down in any way. I'm just seeing how low your common sense is, that you cannot commonly sense the spirit of energy. You do not insult me in any way, because you are the one that I'm not even going to pay attention to. Do you think I would give you any attention? Because you're not referring to me. It is something else you're referring to. And I can identify myself, and that is not myself. So if you think you're referring to me as anything female or feminine, I'm not even paying attention to it. It is your business. It is your words that make your universe, not my universe. My words make my universe. And I only align with things that represent the God within me. It is the only thing that I give any importance to, because the God within me is what flows through me. It is the only real thing. It is what we all come back with, that has consciousness, that increases consciousness of love we all exist within. So you think anything, it is free will to think infinite things. But I would advise you to think of love, because love is who you are. If love is what you think about all the time, you are going to be dancing in abundance naturally. It is not anything but your natural state of being. It has to be genuinely true. You cannot pretend to love. That is why people can identify energy. People know when someone is angry. Awareness, energy cannot hide. So I'm not trying to hide from anyone, honestly. But when you're ready to respect the God within me, I will be glad to be around you. Until then, do whatever you please. But never think I would go back to something that never respected the God within me. Because if you need a reason to respect the God within me, it is not my fault. It is because you don't respect the God that you exist within, that flows through you. You don't even see it. You think it does not exist. And if you need God to exist before you know that something is powerful, that you exist within. Because I don't know when you wake up or wherever you got your consciousness from, and you start seeing the ground, and you thought that you're the one that did it, that created that ground. Like, how does that brain of yours work? Because that's the truth I see it as. I have never seen the ground and be like, I'm the one that made this ground that I'm stepping on. It doesn't make sense to me. But if it makes sense to you, I'm curious how that functions in your brain. And for you to think that that ground you're stepping on has no consciousness of itself, or is the same energy with you. It's crazy how all energy have the ability to grow. And yet, whether you grow, you don't grow, it doesn't make you above anything, because love is everything. So there's no grown love that is more important than a baby love that is just forming, because everything is equally love. And there's no side of love that is less love. Everything has equal ability to love. So when I say love is the most powerful force in all of existence, I'm talking about what we exist within you and I, anything that is love, expressing love. Because love is always a present state of being. That you're either expressing love or you're expressing a lack of love. So let me go back to what he's saying. And this is Bajaj.
Exactly, precisely what will tap into the idea of letting go of the past, letting go of sorrow, letting go of grief, letting go of regrets, and forgiving yourself and moving toward the vibration that will attract to you whatever information is germane to allow you to be in the healthy state that is your birthright. By raising our frequencies, we're creating kind of a leading edge of a wave.
And by raising our frequencies, it's about not
Following
following your
our
ego, it's
passion.
following your passion.
letting go of
See, when you raise your frequency, you feel good. When you feel good, what happens? That star, that is the light. That star we see is the light. It's shining consciousness. It can only be increased with genuine feeling good. You cannot perform feeling good and think that light will increase. So if you are conscious or you are hearing of a light shining, it's because there's somebody that just started genuinely feeling good and gave a fuck about nothing else but that which is love. Because love is the highest level of feeling good. So if you're not feeling good, you cannot speak of love as something that you understand. Because to understand love, you must feel good genuinely. And something cannot make you feel good because that is the dependency, that is a conditioned love. That is why it is called unconditional love. Unconditional love is love expressed in full magnitude of source itself. You are the most powerful force in all of existence when you are presently expressing genuine love. Whether you are conscious of this or you are not conscious of this is true for all of existence. If you are consciously expressing genuine love, you are the most powerful force in all of existence. Because love is the most powerful force in all of existence. It is the highest feeling. So something cannot exist that is more worthy than you feeling good. Why would you say that? Why would you say anyone is more important than your feeling good? It has never been so. The binder I'm wearing is literally killing me. So if you call me female, you're not triggering me. The years of when those rubbish, disgusting things used to make any sense or make me boil or anything have any effect on me was my teenage years, and that's disappeared. It went along with it. I'm the biggest man in my compound, and you're talking about something else. I'm just looking at you because I'm enjoying growing, and you're calling me something that does not exist anymore. Do you think it makes me feel less? Can your brain co- can your brain comprehension? Like such nonsense. It might make sense to you, but it doesn't make sense to me. And you call yourself principalities and powers, you are not functioning in a high level of IQ because you cannot. It is not a course. You can only function at a low level of intelligence because love is what is infinite intelligence. And for you to express infinite intelligence, you must express love in full. You can't express love less and express the the same energy as love expressed in full. It's just common sense. Love that is expressed in full. When there's a full moon, what is the difference between a full moon and a new moon? Now let me tell you the difference between a full moon and a new moon. A full moon is the moon in full magnitude of its energy. The energy of the moon is full at that point. It can never be the same energy as a new moon that just came out. It's not like it doesn't have energy at that point, but it is only showing a segment of its light, of its energy. You cannot compare that tiny glow that is pulsing energy to something that is opening full reservoir on top of your head. It's not possible. It's just common sense that a full moon is more powerful because of the attention of the size of the energy that it is portraying on us. It's the same thing with love. You can't use small love to comprehend infinite intelligence. It's stupidity, but you can't understand these small things, these insignificant, minor things that should be commonly sensed, should be ABCD for you because you refuse to grow. Is it my fault? Does the full moon, is it supposed to be blamed for the new moon that is tiny? No, it is wide enough to express all the energy. It is just common sense. And when you cannot commonly sense it, you think you cannot stop the love that already is growing within you because it is love we exist within. It is one energy. It has tested what it is looking for years and said that I want to just increase that. And that is what I am out to. I am out to increase that love, that every space is filled with love in all realms of existence. And I just started growing. I just started growing. I can tell you that. So when everything comes to the open, remember that I told you I just started growing. Because love is unstoppable. It is infinite growth. So something that has infinite growth does not have a bus stop. So I can tell you that I just started growing. And I'm emphasizing it because it is the only thing that is true of spirit. And it is true for love we exist within. That it is infinite intelligence. There is nothing higher than love. There is no knowledge that is more important than love. So when I see people that place anything above love, I see that they cannot have that common sense that a baby should have, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all equally loved. That of a baby and that of an adult is still the equal love. Just that some babies, right, have grown more in consciousness because they have reincarnated a lot of times. And so when we strip away everything that is negative, that doesn't feel good, all that remains is who we are. And you see, love is just. Love is just because love is interested in every of itself genuinely feeling good. That's what, see, when I tell you love is just, I'm telling you that everybody would genuinely feel good. It won't be performance, it wouldn't be forced. That is why love is just. For one person to genuinely feel good, it means that everybody must genuinely feel good. Because once it is true for one, it is true for all. Love used itself to bet all that can exist. Eh, I didn't create it, baby. I didn't. Once it is true for one, it is true for all. Just like imaginary maths. You cannot stop it. So if one person is genuinely feeling good, know that all must do that. It is just. Love is just. You cannot say that some will feel good and some will not feel good. That is why hellfire can never make sense to me. I can never make sense of anybody saying that there's one devil. Where does the devil want to exist? Where does the hell want to exist? If not inside love, like you cannot separate yourself from love that we are, because love used itself to bet all that can exist. There is no one devil that is far off or God that is far off. You are that which is experiencing life as God. And the more I emphasize on it, the more I just express God will exist within. I'm only echoing what has been spoken in spirit. I'm not saying anything new. So anything you see me saying online from head to toe is already in spirit. I'm just echoing it. It is an echo This channel, this whole channel from day one to the end, to this very day, is an echo of spirit's truth. And I'm not in any competition with anyone that think that it is something that needs anything less. Because I don't even understand what you're thinking. Everybody must feel good, genuinely. You cannot escape it. And for you to feel good genuinely, it means it will spread genuinely. It cannot be a lie. You must do the shadow walk. You can't run away from it. The ego will die to all because it has died for one. It is dying for all. That is why Jesus Christ would say, if I have come that, right? I don't know, I used to say that shit. So that you too, I've forgotten how that was going. But the whole point is that once it is true for one, it is true for all. That is the truth. So abundance is for all because love is just, not for some. It is the ego that feels if I say some, I can feel important than the rest because that is how I can feel good. And because that's the only way it knows how to feel good. It has no sense. It cannot think higher than that. It doesn't know anything. It is the baby. In short, it is the lowest, it is the, like the new moon. The tiniest sense that can ever exist in love is what the ego has. And until it disappears into unconditional love, you cannot pretend to death the ego. You don't pretend to what to exist with him. And when you stop fighting it, you would flow with it. As many as has ever heard my voice in any place, they are going to grow in love genuinely. You cannot escape it. You can pretend for a while, but they will shake it off by themselves. See, I'm not to be God over anybody. I trust the God within all. That breath breathing through all is the most powerful force in all of existence that nothing can stop. That is what I am telling you, that nothing can stop. And as long as you are breathing, you can't stop that which is God within you that wants to feel good. You must obey the will of God. I'm not cursing you either. I don't have any reason to curse you because my own joy is that the love that I love so much is feeling good. You see, because I'm love and I want love to feel good. So I want your soul to feel good because it is genuinely my heart's desire. And that is what makes love exciting, to see love feeling good. There's nothing more important than that to me. And for the longest time, I had a lot of people that thought I was trying to do performance. I lived with a wonderful footballer, right? That's very active and agile. In short, I can tell you that I can't work out when it comes to to that fellow. That fellow works out more than fucking 247. But you see, working out and feeling good is not the same thing. Working out to feel good and feeling good and working out, they're two different things. And I can tell you, I learned that personally. And as much as I wanted them to feel good genuinely, I can't fight the demons they hold within themselves for them. Nobody can do that work for you. And so I had to leave because I can't force myself to force them, right? And I don't want to be tempted to take that position to act as God in anybody's life. That is why I remove myself. Because I like my own, I like to see love. I would always do Like it is something that I don't know how to stop myself from wanting to see love at all costs, right? So if I'm not seeing love, I don't know how to say you must love, because love is not force, it's free will. So I'm not about to force you. All I can do is let you go and trust the God within you, because at the end of the day, that is the only thing that I can do. That is the only thing that needs to be done, because the God within you is the only God you should follow, not any other person. I'm not even interested that you follow me. I'm not interested you listen to me. I'm not God over anybody other than myself. I'm not interested. It is not something of interest. It is not an excitement. There's nothing fantastic about being on a pedestal. It's disgusting. It's cringing to even think about it. Right? So I'm not trying to be in such a position. That's why Jesus Christ has gone and is done his own. I'm not any Jesus Christ. I'm just ensuring that I am expressing the message I am asked to say as much as I can. Because I don't want to bottle it up within me. So I let it flow. It is infinite intelligence. I want infinite intelligence to shit through me. That is all I understand myself as, sorry, as a toilet for infinite intelligence to let it go. Because once it lets it go, it comes out from my body too. Because nothing stays. And that is why I am nothing. Nothing stays. I'm just nothing. All that moves through me is positivity, and it keeps going. There's nothing that is staying, because nothing's supposed to stay. Once it starts staying, it's storing up. And infinity cannot hold. There is nothing that can store infinity. We're storing terabytes, megabytes, but can you store infinity? Where do you want to store that database? Where do you think you want to hold such a large cumbersome? It is heavy. The system will crash. Haba, haba, madam. So the ones that I can put down, I put down. And even the ones that I've put down, better ones can come out that is even, I would discard the ones that I put down to tell you how infinity is. You cannot contain it. It's supposed to flow, because it is circulating itself. It's trying to remove purity. There, see, it is in the state of purification and purified by fire. Existence is purifying itself by fire. So every truth is coming out in the open, because love is truth, love is trust. So that is the fire that is happening. Every truth is coming out in the open. You can't hide it. So all the nyashis of principalities and powers are going to be exposed. Whether they do it by themselves, right? It is still going to be exposed, whichever means it comes out. And they know it. That is what is making them think that they are fighting a war. Because you cannot hide in love we exist within is one energy. You can't do anything and think it's hidden. Nothing goes hidden. You can't hide from God. Nothing can hide from God. God is not something you hide from, because it is what used itself to better all that can exist. It is acute. It is actually like every time correctly accurate in getting every details that it needs from you. Like you are the one telling it what it is experiencing. You are the machine that is experiencing itself by itself. I don't know how to explain it. I created a machine to experience myself. That is what it is. So when you think a human being is something other than that, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for you. And I never believed that somebody can create themselves, because I know I can't create myself. So when I say I can't create myself, there's no way in my head I'm thinking you created yourself. even if you think otherwise, it is your own pocket. In my head, it is not possible for you to create yourself because I did not create myself. And because of that, I do not blame you or judge you because I do not judge God. But I observe and I learn because everything is a message. Everything is telling a message that I am curious and excited to unfold. And the thing is, you might not be aware that you are a tool, but me that is aware, right? I cannot see you but a tool because I see myself as a tool. So you might think I'm seeing you other than that, but that is how my brain is wired. And it doesn't matter what you are thinking in your head, I'm only seeing you as a tool. And a tool, right, is the work of a tool that we know the usefulness of who is using the tool. And that's the simple thing about life. Life is simple, sweet. I watch my videos and I question this infinite intelligence flowing through me. I'm like, what do you know? What else have you been aware of? What are you conscious of that you just smile and, you know, laugh about? Because that's the energy that I've always seen. Like, so excited, so laughing and saying, I'm just watching everybody. And I'm like, what are you doing? And you see, you have to understand that it is beyond the physical because love is spirit. That is why we are all spirit existing within spirit. The reason why we are spirit existing within spirit is because love is spirit. And you cannot be different because love used itself to bet all that can exist. Because love used itself to bet all that can exist. It means that no matter how you want to be something else, you are not anything but spirit. You're not just probably conscious of this. So this is my new history. I tell you, I've never been this size my whole life. I'm not freaked and psyched that oh I'm this size. Why? Because I just started growing. You don't even understand. Like I'm telling you, I just started growing. I don't understand what happened. Like seriously, I've just started growing. Like and I've never been this size my whole life, and I'm not psyched about it because I've seen myself consciousness. Right, I can glitch into the consciousness. I can be aware of consciousness that are more intense than right now because I am born with the gift of ADHD. That is what the gift of ADHD feels like. I can be conscious of something much bigger than this. My consciousness does not reveal to me somebody else's consciousness. It's just mine. And you see, I like the fact that my own consciousness minds my business. Like we mind our business that much. Me and the God within me, right? Are just 247. Always minding businesses of ours. So sorry for this video is any longer. Yes, God is love. And love is the radiation that can only increase in positivity. That is light. That's the honest truth. The radiation of love is light. And it can only increase in genuine positivity. So thank you for joining my life if you did. And if you watch my video, hope you can fast forward it just in case. Probably next time I would literally try and finish one of those clips I'm asked to